Hi everyone, welcome to Voice of Crypto's daily live session where we talk about all things crypto, blockchain, and Web3. And today we're, of course, going to be taking a look at some of the top cryptocurrencies, their price action, as well as the top news and market movers of the day in the Web3 and crypto space. So, without further ado, we will take a deep dive into the price action. But before that, I have a quick few updates for anyone who's joining for the first time or afresh. The first one being if you aren't already following Voice of Crypto on the multitude of social media platforms that we're on, go ahead and do that. We are present on Instagram, X, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as Binance feed. So make sure that you guys are following Voice of Crypto on all of these places, as well as on our Telegram and WhatsApp groups. These are really active Web3 communities that we have of Web3 centric users. So make sure that you are following Voice of Crypto's announcement group on Telegram. The link to the same is right there on the comment section of whichever social media you guys are joining us on. And now we will take a quick look at the market, the crypto market, which is doing rather well at the moment, especially with the global crypto market cap really close to the 2 trillion US dollar mark. There is, in fact, a 0.2% rise in the global crypto market cap in the last 1 day or so. Volumes have seen a slight bump. However, we can see that the total crypto markets volumes are around the 50 billion US dollar mark, which doesn't signify great activity in the market at the moment. Generally, a more active market is at around above 70 billion or 80 billion. At the moment, however, the lower market volumes are significant of traders and investors being a little more cautious at the moment. DeFi volumes made 10.46% of the total market's 24-hour volume, while stablecoins made 86.86% of the total market's volumes. Bitcoin dominance from last week comparative to now are definitely lower. BTC dominance has slumped by 0.56% in the last 1 day, currently at 50.61%. So BTC has definitely fallen below the 52%, 51% dominance mark. And this goes on to show that there's more capital entering alts than BTC at the moment. And this has largely been due to Bitcoin price not crossing over the 52,000 US dollar mark. While in terms of stability, BTC maintaining the 51K US dollar mark over the weekend, despite touching the below 51K mark and rebounding back above the 51K mark, fares out well for BTC's mid short term trajectory. In terms of major price gains, we can see BTC is down by 0.79% on the daily and 1.9% on the weekly. Ethereum, on the other hand, is up by 2% on the daily and a little over 5%, close to 6% on the weekly. BNB gaining quite a bit in the market. On the weekly time frame, we can clearly see BNB has crossed the 9% gain mark. It has, in fact, it managed to gain close to 10% over the last week. Solana is still ranging in the 100 to the 105 US dollar mark. And like I've already mentioned, Solana below 100 US dollar can be a great entry point for uh, short term, mid short term traders and can fare out well in the next 3 to 4 months. XRP, not a lot to look forward to, down by close to 2% on the daily, close to 5 on the weekly. Same goes for Cardano's ADA. It's down by a little over 1.5 on the daily, over 7 on the weekly. EVAX down by over 9% on the weekly. Dogecoin again, not too many gains, not too much losses, down by close to 2 on the weekly. And most of the cryptocurrencies, as we can see in the top 20 by market cap as well, aren't gaining or losing a lot. Polygon's Matic, of course, and Uniswap have managed to make a bit of gains today. Uniswap's Close to 40% gains on the weekly, however, are it is something to look forward to. But BNB for the moment is doing rather well in terms of price action, with its close to 10% gains on the on the weekly time frame. That said, we will of course take a look at the top gainers and losers of the day by the end of our session. But before that, a quick few updates from the crypto market in terms of news. The first one being that Frax Finance is mulling over Uniswap like reward mechanism for token stakers. The CEO of this particular enterprise is saying that we're going to follow Uniswap's lead in proposing rewards, and it'll be up to the community to pass it. Uh, Frax Finance's core team is considering a proposal that will be shared with the community and will be left for approval with the community. The proposal is to share protocol revenue with stakers of its VFX token, and it will be up to the community to sort of approve or not approve that. If submitted, it will follow a similar pattern like Uniswap follows. That said, in another news, Ether and Mantle are leading crypto gains despite Bitcoin seeing a bit of correction. Um, Bitcoin's correction, and at this moment, we're not really calling it correction because there's not a lot of volatility in the market to support either a price pull down or price gains for BTC at the moment. However, traders are definitely expecting BTC to make another 48K sometime in this week or the coming week. A lot of traders are expecting BTC to fall back to the 47 to the 49K US dollar range. And if at all that does happen, it can again provide a great opportunity for short term traders to make another comeback into Bitcoin. So that, and in another news, Blast in an ex post termed the project's potential as undeniable, which has created a sense of security among investors. Blast ecosystem sees its first parent scam as risk on Blast rug pull, made about 1.3 million US dollar from ETH. Blast ecosystem experienced the first ever rug pull event on as Risk on Blast, a gambling and exchange platform, disappeared with over 420 Ether raised from retail traders. Risk on Blast's anonymous team sent nearly 500,000 to Change Now and 360,000 to MEXC and about 187,000 to Bybit after raising 1 million from investors. Nonetheless, for the time being, uh, the project is still potentially saying that there is a sense of security among investors, and they're calling that the losses will soon be repaired, if not returned immediately. With this, we will jump right back into the price action for today and take a look at the top gainers, and as well as coins that managed to gain the most in the last week or so. At the moment, as we already spoke about, Mantle, Flare, Gala, and Arwave are some of the top gainers. In terms of two-digit gains, over 10% gains, we have ApeCoin, Theta Networks, Theta token, Rwaves AR token, Gala, Flares FLR token, and of course Manton. All of these altcoins have managed to clock double digit gains in the last 1 day. In terms of weekly gains, we can see all of these tokens charting pretty decent weekly gains as well, double digit weekly gains for all of these. Um, Other than that, Decentraland's Mana, WeChain, Injective, Monero, and Immutable X have been some of the other gainers in the market today. On week perspective, which is more important, especially on a Monday as we start a new week, we can see that Uniswap is one of the biggest gainers in the top 100 by market cap from the last week, followed by Singularity Net's Ajax token, Flare, Arwave, and Filecoin, as well as WorldCoin. We already spoke about how OpenAI's new venture into the video generative AI sector sparked a rally for not just WorldCoin, but also quite a few other AI tokens, including Fetch. AI's FET token, and we can still see that Fetch is managing to make over 20% on the weekly still. But other than that, we have Uniswap, Singularity, Nets, Ajax, Flare, Arweave, and Filecoin as some of the biggest gainers of last week. If you want to check out a detailed Uniswap price analysis and see why Uniswap did the bull run that it did, and we're also expecting a pullback in Uniswap price really soon because price sure seems overheated at the moment. In fact, without a doubt, at the moment, RSI for Uniswap would be showing overbought, and it clearly goes on to show how saturated Uniswap market would be at the moment. And this is also reflecting in the close to 2% losses that we're seeing for Uniswap on the hourly basis. In fact, Ajax, which is up by over 35% on the weekly, is also noticing a bit of pullback in terms of price on the daily as well as on the hourly chart, which again goes on to show the saturation in price for these particular altcoins that managed to gain quite a bit in the last 1 week or so. So make sure that you do your own research and delve carefully into these rather risky, rather volatile assets. That said, we will also take a quick look at some of the top losers in terms of price from last week. Most importantly, because this during bull run times, this gives us a great idea as to which altcoins are testing their lower support levels. And I feel that Starknet's STRK token and SAY, as well as SATS and ICP and TIA, can be coins that can make or can be considered good investments at the moment. Once again, do your own research and figure out what the key support levels for these altcoins would be, and a decent entry at those lower support levels for these particular altcoins can prove to be fruitful. But as I say this, a quick disclaimer for anyone who's joined. None of what we say on these sessions or what our guests say is financial advice. So make sure that you do your own research in the crypto markets. These are highly volatile assets that we're talking about right here. And in terms of, lastly, as I wrap this session up, in terms of price action, these altcoins that are losing quite a bit in terms of their price action on the daily, on the weekly price, these can provide for a great entry point at the moment, especially with the upcoming bull run, as the Bitcoin halving is exactly 55 days away from today. So watch out for that and all of these altcoins. And right before I wrap today's session up, if you haven't already checked it out, make sure that you follow the Gleam link, gleam.io link that we have dropped in our comments section on LinkedIn, on X, as well as on YouTube. This link will lead you to our 1000 US dollar giveaway. This is a huge prize pool that we're talking about that we have dedicated to our communities on the occasion of Voice of Crypto completing 2 long years in this rabbit hole of a market that is the Web3 market. So make sure that you guys follow this link and complete all the steps. We are also having this amazing award function where we are acknowledging some of the top voices from the crypto Web3 blockchain space. The award itself is called Voices of Web3, and we've nominated you or maybe some of your favorite creators, entrepreneurs, and VCs in this particular award ceremony that we're hosting at Voice of Crypto. So vote for your favorite celebrities in the Web3 space, as well as stand a chance to win from this 1000 US dollar prize pool. Check that out, guys. And with this, I'll bid you farewell and see you tomorrow with fresh updates from the Web3 crypto market. Until then, bye bye.